We welcome you back into the broadcast booth. Game 4 of 7. Grand Island Central Catholic and Sidney getting underway now, and it's Sidney winning off the tip. I'm joined today by Leighton Oberly, and I'm Bridger Cruz. Leighton, 4th game of the day, man. How we feeling?
Oh, it's been here since 8 o'clock this morning. You know, I enjoy it. It's a great time. We got great teams here. But this will be a good one here. Grand Island Central Catholic won the Centennial Conference against Lincoln Lutheran. Sidney's 14-7. We got two pretty good teams here to wrap up Nebraska versus Nebraska here.
Yeah, Sidney knocked down that first bucket. That's Reed Fiskus knocking it down. Driving in, taking it in, won't go. Connor Haney got his own rebound. He gets blocked. So Connor Haney gets blocked. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to find something to do with it. They find it. That's Braylon Wolf, buries it. 5'9". Don't let that fool you. Braylon Wolf, a great basketball player.
Yeah, this guy, he's an excellent perimeter shooter. Just a sophomore, so he's got a lot of room to develop yet. Already starting as a sophomore, pretty impressive.
And Kean Kaiser knocks down the bucket. Wolf driving in, looking for the kick out. He finds Birch.
Braylon Wolf, 37% from 3. Pretty lethal from beyond the arc.
Thomas LeBon going to work now. Good defense now back to Birch. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Birch pump faking, laying it up, and it's going to be a foul. Four to 3. Sidney up on Grand Island Central Catholic as we just get things going. GICC has been here since the beginning of this tournament. Tino Martinez, their head coach, is the one that first started organizing this and put it on all the way back in 2007. 18 years ago. Were you born yet?
That was the year I was born.
That was the year you were born. Okay, I was 1 year old. We were very young when this had started. Alex Doty back down the other way, all knotted up at 4. Sidney surveying, trying to find something to do offensively against that man-to-man defense. Spot up three-pointer off the back iron. Braylon Wolf comes down with it. Wolf taking control of the offense, driving in, handing it off, and laying it in, won't fall. Connor Haney. Quickly back down the other way. That's Kaiser with it. Alex Doty with the basketball. Now back over to Holly. 12 seconds remaining in the shot clock. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. They get it into Fiskus, and Fiskus lays it in. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and they find him open.
Fiskus just wide open lane to the hoop. Wasn't really, there was no really contest. Just a defensive breakdown there the last 5 or so seconds.
Now Sidney pushing the ball back up the court the other way. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Got to do something with it. Kaiser Looking around, gives it off to Riddle. 5 seconds left. Got to do something with it. Kaiser puts up the 3. It looks good. Just hits off the front iron. Thomas LeBon now pushing the ball up the court. Batted away by Alex Doty.
Kind of mentioned Sidney. They played at Shadron last night.
Yeah.
Got back to Sidney at 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning.
So I asked Coach, they went from Sidney to Shadron, played their game, then they drove straight here and got a hotel.
Okay.
So they got in around 1:30 in the morning, but the snow forced them to go around 25 miles an hour and added an hour to their trip. And I asked him, I was like, how are your guys feeling? He said they're feeling fine. You know, we let them sleep in this morning a little bit more, and they got good rest in the hotel last night, but about as good as you can do with that much travel.
Long ways from Shadron here.
Yeah, but they moved the time up for their game they played against Shadron so that they'd be able to get here a little bit easier. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Braylon Wolf gives it off to Thomas LeBon. LeBon's three-pointer, it will fall. Swirls the iron and drops. 7-6, GICC taking the lead. Fiskus with the basketball, picked up his dribble. Heavily guarded by Birch, and a timeout, forced 30-second timeout. Sidney's gonna take it. Great defense from Grand Island Central Catholic to force that timeout. Right now, I think both teams playing still trying to figure things out, trying to figure out the tendencies, what the refs are gonna call. You know, still a ton of time left in this game.
Yeah, and maybe more adjusting to the arena. You know, this is a big open space, and Sidney does not play in an arena like this very often. Now, obviously, Grand Island Central Catholic in this event every year.
Yeah.
But it's different. It is different. They talk about depth perception, and definitely something to adjust to.
How long do you think it is to Shadron, Nebraska from here?
170 miles.
329 miles, 5 hours and 25 minutes.
I was way off.
So if they added an hour to the drive, that'd be around 6.5 hours that they were on the road yesterday.
Oh.
And all of the chairs are gone. So Landon Riddle diving in, he took out an entire row of chairs.
Nice addition, got courtside seating here.
Yeah.
For those willing to pay a little extra.
And the courtside seats are cool. I've gotten to sit in those a few years, and they're a good time. The kick out, Braylon Wolf, three-pointer, he buries it.
Braylon Wolf had one three-pointer earlier. Has his second here in as many opportunities. He's a 37% three-point shooter.
Not gonna miss many.
Lethal from beyond the arc.
Fiskus gets it off to Doty. Doty's 3 won't go. Rebound Fiskus. Shot clock resets. Kaiser surveying his options, gets it into Fiskus. That's a great play, though, by Kyle Kelly to get in there and break that up. Thomas LeBon driving in left hand. It won't go. Kaiser inside to Fiskus, good pass. Kaiser, a great pass inside to find Fiskus wide open. Braylon Wolf misses the mid-range. Rebound Kaiser. Riddle pump fakes the 3. Braylon Wolf didn't even move. I mean, that would have been an NBA line 3. Then Riddle takes a 3. Won't go. Same spot, different result. (11-10). Now Sidney taking the lead. High scoring first quarter, already 21 total points scored. Kelly with the ball, 15 seconds to go. Thomas Birch has got it. Off to LeBon. LeBon going to work, quick crossover, driving left, pump fake, and lays it in. Good pump fake into a pivot.
Thomas LeBon averaging right around 16 points a game. This guy's an athlete. He can make plays anywhere.
Braylon Wolf nearly forcing the turnover. Instead, Landon Riddle's got it. He kicks it out to Kaiser. Kaiser gets it into Fiskus inside, and it falls. What a shot from Reed Fiskus.
And LeBon picks up his first foul. He's crucial to the team's success on both ends of the floor. We kind of saw that in the last game. Hunter Nepple got in some foul trouble for Adams Central.
Fiskus knocks down the free throw. He's heading out of the game, and Cale Kaiser's coming in for him. Less than a minute remaining in the first quarter. Sidney a 2-point lead. Braylon Wolf thought about the three, didn't take it. Struggling to find something to do with it. He kicks it back out. 12 seconds, laying it in. Kyle Kelly. Quickly back down the other way. That's Dorsey. And it's going to be a turnover for Sidney.
That was a close call.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which way it would go, but just to see here, tied 14, see if they can't take the lead. Have an opportunity before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, at this point, just shot clock and game clock right with each other. Ten seconds remaining. Wolf picks up his dribble. 7 seconds left. Got to find something to do with it. Kaiser going back down the other way. 3 seconds. Kaiser got it. And that will end quarter number one. 16-14. A high-octane start. Sidney, we talked about all of the travel that they've had. Doesn't seem to affect them here as we return for quarter number two after this. Sidney up by 2, 16-14 after Kean Kaiser picks the pocket and then lays it in to end the first quarter. I'm joined today by Leighton Oberly, and I'm Bridger Cruz. Leighton, you called the game last night, didn't you?
The York Stewart, I called the girls' game, yep.
How'd that go?
York was victorious. It was the NAB Preps game of the week. Mike Sauter was in York last night, now he's here. York ended up winning by 15-ish. I can't remember exactly what it was. But knocked off Sierra. The York 2 girls are 19-2.
Sidney back down the other way. That was Doty who lost it. We're able to get it back. 15 seconds on the shot clock now. Fiskus getting it back over to Holly. Kaiser surveying, 9 seconds. Fiskus, three-pointer, you bet. Now 19-14, two-possession game. Sidney leads. Thomas Birch inside, an acrobatic finish for him. Ball loose on the ground, everybody diving for it, last touched. It's gonna be GICC basketball. Long discussion from the referees.
The legend, Jim Langen.
The legend. The Jim Langen in the house reffing today. If you watch Nebraska high school basketball, you know of the Jim Langen.
Very audible when he's officiating.
Oh yeah. Oh,
great
yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Very sociable.
Yeah, awesome guy. And foul going to be called on Jack Alberts. He'd have been fine if he didn't make the final bump. That was what did it for the foul. Shot clock resets at 35. Inbound to Riddle. Now back out to Kaiser. Red Raiders leading by 3. Sitting at 14-7 on the season. Actually make that 14-8 now. We lost to Shadron last night. Braylon Wolf picking the pass off, and then the foul called on Riddle.
No, it's still 14-7.
Still 14-7, okay. Stick around for halftime. We have a special guest interview we're going to do at halftime. We cannot reveal who that is, though. You have to wait in angst. GICC now with the ball back. Braylon Wolf puts it up, won't fall. Started off the game 2 for 2 from 3. Now 0 for 2 after that. Wolf guarding Riddle. 5:14 left to go in the half, still 19-16. What started out as a super high-scoring first quarter of basketball has really slowed down in the second quarter.
Yeah, the defense has picked up a little bit. There's a steal.
And Kaiser can't lay it in, but he's heading to the free throw line for 2. Foul going to be called on Brandon Cloud.
A lot of legends in the house. We got public address announcer Bobby Mills. Baylor Shireman was around here somewhere.
Yeah, Baylor's sitting down there.
The Boston Celtic, or is he in the G League?
He's bouncing up and down G League and then onto the NBA as well. Braylon Wolf driving in, puts up the floater, won't go. Battled around, shot goes up, won't fall. Orlando Riddle back with the rebound, 2 chances there, no conversions. Still remaining 19-16. Thomas Laban pokes the ball out, looking back down to Haney. Haney gets the ball and just going to slow things down. Laban, plenty of time on the shot clock, still 20 seconds. Cloud quickly to Haney. Haney driving in, loses the ball, and Kean Kaiser back down the other way. Kaiser quickly to Hawley, and Laban can't get there.
Sidney taking advantage with some baskets in transition here. Looks like Sidney also in a bit of a zone defense.
21-16. That ball was lost. It was Connor Haney who lost it, but it was last touched by Lance Hawley.
Laban.
Now Laban puts up the 3, won't go. Rebound though, Thomas Birch. Resetting the shot clock, another opportunity for it here. Laban to Wolf, still 25 seconds to work with. Wolf driving in, kicks out Laban. His 3-pointer won't go. Ooh. Bad miss for Thomas Laban. What's interesting to me is Braylon Wolf, he loves to drive and kick, and he does it so well. I'm kind of surprised that teams don't kind of understand what he's doing, because he's not going to put up a shot inside. We're going to head to break. Sidney Red Raiders up by 5, 21-16 here at the Heartland Hoops Classic.
Just shop, click, drive your next vehicle at Tom Dinsdale. You can shop our entire inventory from the comfort and convenience of your own home. Just select a vehicle and create your deal. Get an estimate for your trade-in, choose your finance or lease option, and Tom Dinsdale will deliver your new vehicle and any final paperwork directly to your door. It's as simple as shop, click, drive. Buy a vehicle the way you want. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. Just shop, click, drive your new vehicle at DinsdaleAuto.net.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
timeout taken by Grand Island Central Catholic. Sidney up 21-16. Gotten off to a hot start so far. Leighton, what do you attribute that to?
Well, and they've gotten out in transition. They got some really good looks right around the hoop, layups, turning into points. You know, haven't made it one or two three-pointers, so it's using transition for a lot of their baskets here in the second quarter.
Doty puts up the three. That won't go. A lot of airballed threes so far. Braylon Wolf dribbling it around, getting it off to Haney. LeBon driving in, dishing out. In the end, one opportunity coming. Connor Haney muscling it through on the left side.
Incredible finish to be able to go in and go through the contact. Big opportunity here for Central Catholic. And get 3 points.
Haney able to hit.
Get 3 points the good old-fashioned way.
How old are you? 65 is the answer. 21-19. Sidney still up, but after that three-point play is just a one-possession game. Kean Kaiser with the basketball. 10 seconds remaining. Got to do something with it. Kaiser's got it. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Finding
Beautiful
the
cut.
back door cutting Landon Riddle.
And a beautiful pass. Threads the needle. Defender right there and poked it away.
Connor Haney doesn't take the three, instead gets it back to Wolf. LeBon over to Birch. Back again, 15 seconds left. LeBon starting to go to work. Up and under, ball gets picked away. Riddle that time, a great steal from him. 1:40 left to go into the half. Thomas Birch heavily guarding Reed Fiskus, 13 seconds now. Fiskus thought about the three, won't take it. He should have just taken the three. He was already basically there with that motion. Instead he traveled. Now Thomas Birch back over to Braylon Wolf with the basketball. Wolf to Birch. Skip pass to LeBon. LeBon driving, kicking to Haney. Inside to Birch to Haney, looking for the give and go. And it's going to stay GICC basketball. Coach Austin Lewis not happy about that. 16 seconds, 1:05 into the half. Grand Island Central Catholic with the basketball down 2 scores, and that will remain. Thomas Birch put up the three, Kaiser the board. 23 seconds separate shot and game clock. Sidney losing the basketball, chaos on the court, and the jump ball called. So possession stays with Sidney. .22 seconds left. Thomas LeBon trying to poke that ball out. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Fiskus with the basketball. Fiskus driving in and laying in. 30 seconds left now. Shot clock off. 25-19, a 6-point advantage for the Red Raiders. Birch to LeBron. 20 seconds. 15 now, got to find something to do with it. Birch, LeBon driving in, has himself a lane, and another time he's stripped. Now Birch, 9 seconds left. LeBon, 7. Picks up his dribble, finds Haney. Haney puts up the shot, and he makes it. Good looking shot, good ball movement from GICC. Shot won't count, and 25-21 is where we end half number 1. 25-21, the Sidney Red Raiders up over Grand Island Central Catholic. Mike Sauter and Baylor Shireman at halftime. Not a guy you see every day. Not every day you can say a Boston Celtic walked in here and was watching some basketball. So a cool one. Aurora, Nebraska native, played for Creighton, put on a show at Creighton for a while, and he's putting on a show in the pros right now. Leighton Oberle, glad to have you back, man.
I'm back.
You're back.
We had the interviews to come. The interviews to come.
Okay. I feel like I just spoiled all that.
It was recorded.
Thomas LeBon nails the shot, brings it back within one possession. Kaiser, good kick inside to Riddle. That shot just rims out. Birch the rebound. Thomas LeBon, he was going to take contact right away. That's a good play from Hawley to get out of the way. Wolf driving, looking to kick, gets it out to Birch. Birch looking for the ISO, hits the deck, and Doty gets the ball. So now Doty back down the other way. Doty shot won't go, that's Thomas Birch. And foul gonna be called. So Connor Haney driving down the baseline, didn't give him a step. Reed Fisk is called for the foul. That's his first. Isaac Urbanski into the game, and a foul is going to be called on him. His cousin, Ava Urbanski, went to Grand Island Northwest, and she is a stud track athlete. She's running at UNO right now.
Yeah, she played basketball too.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yes, I remember her. She was, like going to Grand Island Northwest. You're always involved in York often. So, very talented basketball player, even more talented track athlete.
Yeah, every year at state track, it's like, okay, Urbanski is going to win at almost every event she's in. That's just going to be about it. Yeah, running well at UNO right now. That ball poked away. Now fast break down the other end. Hawley against LeBon, and he just hits it off of LeBon's leg, but I think last touch Hawley.
We're going to say off Sidney.
So at last touch LeBon, okay. Yeah, I was going to be really interested if that ball were to hit off Hawley and then LeBon and then Hawley again.
Bobby Mills made the announcement that these three officials have combined for over 8,000 games officiated.
They know ball.
In their careers.
Safe to say. Alec Doty gets the bucket. It's a pretty legendary crew. Thomas LeBon, the mid-range jumper, won't fall. The mid-range has not been kind today.
No,
for any team.
The rim hasn't been kind.
No. Doty trying to kick that ball out. Good kick out from Kaiser. Fiskus thought about the three, didn't take it. Kaiser guarded by Haney. Surveying, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Kaiser, he'll put up the three, just rims out, and then a foul going to be called on Fiskus.
Second personal. Somebody you do not want to get in foul trouble. He had, it's got a quick 2 fouls here in the second half, but still only two fouls. Nothing to worry about yet.
Yeah, once you get to 3, then you're starting to get a little nervous. 3 team fouls, though, already for Sidney. 5:24 left to go in the third. Gonna have to slow that down. Only one more foul to give. Braylon Wolf, his 3, not enough. Rebounded by Doty.
He knocked down a couple of 3-pointers there in the first half. Cooled off towards the second quarter. Now, 0 for 1 here in this second half. He's definitely more than capable. He can shoot it.
Yeah. 15 seconds left. Sidney still not much going for him. Doty surveying, step back 3-pointer off the back iron. Then the rebound by Isaac Urbanski. And kick violation will be called So we'll reset GICC basketball. 27 seconds on the shot clock.
Gotta go.
Thomas,
I felt awfully close to 5.
Yeah, you were getting real close to 5. We were talking 4. Laban with the ball, 15 seconds left. Picked up his dribble. Now back over to Wolf. Wolf driving in, kicking out to Haney. Looking for the handoff. Haney says no. Kaiser picks the pocket, and Fiskus gets the ball. Kaiser's been doing that a lot today, and he's doing it with a lot of success.
Yeah, he's really disrupting the offense, poking the ball away. Sometimes it results in turnovers, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it still disrupts the offense.
Kaiser lays it in. Only 4 points scored thus far for Sidney and 2 for GICC in this quarter.
GICC halfway through this third. Out of bounds.
And stepping out of bounds.
We've seen it here all day, and this being the 4th game. Teams struggling to make shots.
Yeah.
Johnson Brock started off the morning, made 7 threes in the first half. They went cold in the second half. You know, in that Donovan Trumbull, Lincoln Lutheran game,
yeah,
both teams struggled to make shots. And then the Ashland Greenwood, Adams Central really struggled. Ashland Greenwood made shots down the stretch. And now this one here, a lot of low-scoring games.
Yeah, which you kind of expect to see with teams that aren't used to playing in this environment. And I know we talk about that a lot as Kaiser gets the bucket. It is truly a different environment when you get down there. The lights are different because everything's focused just on the floor. So your lights are different, your depth perception's different. Looking at the hoops is different because you're not used to these hoops like this. Like, there's a lot of differences.
It's just all the space behind the backboard that makes it look deeper than it really is.
Timeout taken, 30-second timeout by Sidney. We'll stay right here with it. 31-25, Sidney up by 6. GICC slowly starting to make some comebacks, but Sidney and really Kean Kaiser is just kind of the guy for them. Late in the shot clock, they're going to get him the ball. He's going to make something happen.
Yeah, he's a threat offensively. He's going to make something happen, create some separation. He knows how to do that. He does a very good job of it, and he's a lethal shooter. But for Grand Island Central Catholic, 25 points here. They've shot at some three-pointers. Braylon Wolf started off 2 for 2. He's gone quiet since. They need to attack the basket. They need to get Thomas Laban more involved. That guy can score it from anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and defensively, they're okay. A lot of close shots for Sidney. They haven't knocked down a ton of perimeter shots yet.
That's Lance Hawley to inbound right at half court. They get it into Riddle. .25 seconds on the shot clock now. Doty driving in, can't get it to go, but over the top, Lance Hawley elevating. .33-25, an 8-point game.
2-3 zone, and well,
20 seconds.
kind of more of a matchup zone.
Thomas Laban from 3 won't go. Rebound out Riddle. Not a lot of movement from GICC right now. It's a lot of standing and trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and against the zone, and it's very difficult to work against more of a 2-3, and that looked to me more of a 2-3 matchup zone, and it's very difficult to try to find any rhythm because it's such a confusing defense to understand where everybody is.
Well, there's really no predicting where everybody is either. It's just kind of everybody is where they are. I mean, it's odd. GICC with the takeaway, 2-on-1 opportunity, and in the end, one coming. What a bucket. Driving in with the right hand, took some contact, and Kyle Kelly going to the line. Kelly can hit his free throw. Another thing that we see it struggle today, free throws.
Yeah, and we saw Adams Central, they struggled in the last game shooting free throws. Now Grand Island Central Catholic.
So Kyle Kelly pulls down the ball, takes some contact with it. Thomas LeBon driving in. LeBon takes contact, no call. Still 6-point game, 1:45 left to go in the third. Kaiser.
Oh, I almost had a steal.
Yeah, Riddle now pushing it up the court, and he's got it. Riddle that time doing a good job. Feels that defender on his back leg. Knows he can do something with it. Now Kyle Kelly from 3 won't go. Falling out of the hands of two different people.
Tom Dinsdale Hyundai has created a better way to buy. We call it Your Way, and it's designed to let you decide the best way to buy your next car or SUV. Shop online, choose the vehicle you want, get a trade-in estimate, and more. You can even reserve a vehicle before it gets delivered to our lot. Of course, you can still stop by and talk to one of our friendly sales experts. No matter which way you choose, you'll get the same great customer service that you'd expect from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. It's a new way, a better way, your way.
Sportsmanship is facing every challenge in a competition and staying respectful through it all.
Good sportsmanship goes beyond the game. It starts with respect.
Showing good sportsmanship can not only represent yourself in a good way, but also your school and your community.
Sportsmanship means playing the game the right way and treating others fair and with respect.
in that fashion.
Chaos on the court, going to be a jump ball. And it'll go with GICC. So even there, you don't come up with a possession, but you use all 35 seconds of shot clock.
And now they're going to talk about it. Did the whistle come before or after the violation?
Yeah.
Because either way, this is going to be Grand Island Central Catholic ball.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep it a held ball.
So 10-point lead for Sidney. GICC not in panic mode yet, but they're definitely starting to work a lot faster than they were before.
Yeah, you got to have quality possessions. Got to have good looks. I got to have a sense of urgency.
Braylon Wolf back out three-point line. He buries it. That's a good start. Doty with the basketball, now back to Kaiser. So now that lead cut to 7.
Oh. Think he might have tripped, maybe?
Brandon Cloud just about put himself on a highlight reel. Timeout taken by Sidney. 23 seconds on the shot clock, 5:16 on the regular clock. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends, it's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Timeout taken by Sidney. They lead by 7. Braylon Wolf cut that lead to 7. He just hit a 3 from the right wing. Trying to get something going for GICC. We saw Donovan Trumbull have that similar spark. Jack Poppy hits a 3, and then they bring it back within 2 points for Lincoln Lutheran. Just couldn't quite get over that hump.
No, and Lincoln Lutheran, awfully good. Top-ranked team in Class C1. Had a double overtime win this week over Auburn on Thursday.
Yeah.
Auburn always consistently in Lincoln. Jim Weeks, one of the best, legend.
Yeah.
Grand Island Central Catholic, you know, they just need a shot to go through. They saw Braden Wolf, that shot maybe it gets him going, but got to play with defense without fouling.
Thomas
LeBon
was the one that fouled, and then Doty split the pair on the free throws. Braylon Wolf can't go up with it, so he kicks it out. 3-ball won't go. Rebound Wolf. Wolf again off the front iron. 2 opportunities for it.
Wow.
And Thomas Birch comes down with the basketball. LeBon the 3. 3 opportunities in 3 misses for the Crusaders, and that one hurts the momentum a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas LeBon, that's a really good look. You want him to take that shot. He can finish it. He's wide open.
Yeah, and then Landon Riddle expecting the foul, just chucked the ball up there. No foul to be called. Wolf gets it back out to LeBon to Birch. Good ball movement looking for Birch. Riddle diving on the court, and he ends up with the basketball. So timeout on the court. Lance Hawley calling the timeout from the court. Full timeout for Sidney, maintaining possession. 4:20 left to go. 40-32. We'll stay right here. 8-point lead for the Red Raiders. You know, Leighton, what do you... So, you know, looking at all of these games today, it's going to be a loaded slate of basketball. It's already been 3 great games. This one great as well. And then you have 3 more games for the nightcap.
Yeah, we got 3 awesome Nebraska versus Academy, or 2 Nebraska versus Academy and Academy versus Academy games coming up. Those will be fun.
Yeah.
The last one, Mount Zion and Sunrise Christian, 2 nationally ranked teams. That game at 8:15, I believe, that's going to be electric.
Yeah.
Here.
That one's always fun. We've seen some good ones here. Probably the coolest one that I can remember was number 1 versus number 2 in the nation, Link Academy versus Sunrise Christian Academy.
Yeah, and that was
absolutely phenomenal.
It was phenomenal game, and we got Papillion La Vista South, one of the best teams in Class A. Millard North's coming.
Yeah, and Millard North now just dethroned Omaha Westview,
yep,
who was the number 1 team in Class A. So really interesting there. Papio South, Millard North, a lot of great teams coming.
Good, interesting to note that the Class A games, Class A state championship game this year is at 1 p.m. instead of 6:15.
GICC looking for that full court press. Thomas LeBon gets a hold of the basketball. Timeout taken by GICC, and the press works out. 4:14 left to go. 30-second break. We'll stay here with it. And we are going to head to break, actually. We'll be back for more after this.
Go get it, Zach!
Grand Island Central Catholic, a quick timeout to save the possession. Thomas LeBon poked the ball away and landed on it. Then Tino Martinez, a heads-up play to call the timeout. 2 timeouts left for GICC, 1 for Sidney. It's back down the other way. Sidney pokes that ball free. Kian Kaiser's got it in an acrobatic play from Landon Riddle.
Miscommunication. Nobody had Riddle.
LeBon driving in and lays it in. We were swirling and swirling and swirling and swirling.
Friendly rim that time.
Yeah, one of the rare times.
Hasn't been very friendly.
Kian Kaiser with the basketball back over to Riddle. They got to get something going. They do get it into Reed Fiskus. You had about 1 to 2 more seconds to get that ball across half court. So plenty of time.
Yeah, whenever you just look at the shot clock, whenever it's that 24 is 10 seconds, so.
Inside, and again, nobody there. GICC at this point trying to sell out to get the steal. What happens is you have no help defense.
Yeah,
foul called on the floor.
Sell out, try to get the steal, and then there's very little defense on to be able to help over, and layup is good. And Sidney looking like that they could finish this game off. 3 minutes away from a win. You got a 10-point lead.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here because you hit 1 3 and then it's a 3-possession game, and then that's going to be a foul as well on Alec Doty. So that's his 3rd foul. He picked up the last 2. Kyle Kelly inbounds. Shot clock resets. GICC looking around, trying to find something. You don't necessarily need a 3 at this point either. You just need points.
Yeah, you'll take anything.
Braylon Wolf in the lane. Kicks it out, 3-pointer. Won't go, but a friendly bounce, and Jack Albert's able to maintain possession. Now back over to LeBon. Another 30 seconds on the shot clock. Alberts to Wolf. Wolf, 3-pointer, looks good, and it is. Back to 7 now, and the ball's out of bounds, no touch, and it's GICC basketball.
Got to capitalize here. This is a big possession here. You get it 2 or 3 points, brings you within 4 or 5 points, so. GICC still very much in this game.
Braylon Wolf looking to go inbounds. He was trying to get it over to Birch, and it's hit out of bounds by Doty. We talked about one shot, how much it can change things. You can see the intensity for Sidney's gone way up now that it's at 7. Make that 5. What a play. Kyle Kelly wide open on the left block. Nearly a turnover again. Fiskus has got it. 2 minutes and some change remaining. Kean Kaiser the basketball. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kaiser dancing around 15. 10 seconds, ball knocked away. Doty maintains possession. 8 seconds, driving in and laying in.
Got the screen and just used the screen. Beautifully got around the defender. Nobody there to stop the lay-in.
7-point lead again for Sidney. 1:35 to go. Trying to get it into Birch. Not a great pass in. You'd like the pump fake, get Kaiser in the air, and then bounce pass over. So Kaiser now with the basketball. And it's going to be a foul called on Jack Alberts. Only 2 fouls for GICC, so they're starting to have to foul more and more to get to that mark.
Yeah, you got still 3 more fouls before the bonus.
Kaiser to inbound, gets it inside to Fiskus. Fiskus nearly loses the basketball, and he does end up losing it. Timeout taken by GICC, so good pressure from the Crusaders, forcing the timeout. 30-second timeout taken by them. 7-point game now. Sidney up by 7. A lot of costly turnovers from GICC has put them in this situation.
Yeah, and just, a lot of missed shots. They've had some really good opportunities. Shots just haven't fallen, but use the timeout, save the possession. Down to 80 seconds, 81 seconds, down 7. This has to be a quality possession. This is a must score for Grand Island Central Catholic. Preferably, you'd like to get 3.
Yeah.
You bring it within 4, but
you'll take anything.
You'll take anything. You got to go quick. Yeah, I believe this is a must-score possession.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting to a really tight spot, especially down 7, and then you'd like some room once you start fouling, and you got to hope that Sidney isn't making all their free throws. Thomas LeBon dribbling the ball up the court. 75 seconds remaining. LeBon down the other way. Looking for the lay-in, it won't go. It's going to stay with GICC. So a little bit of luck on their side there. Cash Kenobi, which I think is the name of the day. Your last name's Kenobi?
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the day. And then foul called on Reed Fiskus. And not only is his last name Kenobi, his first name's Cash. I mean, that's a pretty sweet name. That's a 3rd foul on Reed Fiskus inside, and another foul called. So that's Connor Haney heading to the line. Still 65 seconds remaining. Gotta knock both these down.
Yeah, these are must-have free throws.
Yeah, and that's not gonna do it. Free throws have been a struggle for most teams today.
Yeah, and maybe it is just playing in depth.
But you'd think that at some point you'd be able to kind of get used to it, especially GICC. They play here every year. They had a shoot-around this morning here.
Yep, they had a shoot-around when
you
and I showed up this morning.
You would think that they'd be able to be used to it. Kenobi dribbling around, and now the fouling will start. So it's the inbound from Kean Kaiser. 55 seconds remaining. Thomas LeBon just going to opt to play defense, looking for the turnover by Doty. They get it over to Riddle. Back to Doty, and LeBon's called for the foul. 45 seconds left. That's the last foul to give for GICC. So after this, both teams are shooting free throws. Both sitting at 4 fouls apiece. 6-point advantage. Sidney going to need this inbound. And they get it. Actually out of bounds. So Alec Doty stepping out of bounds. 46-40. 2-possession game. Need a 3-pointer here. Laban with the ball, 40 seconds, gets it out to Wolf. Wolf, his 3-pointer, that's good. Down to a 1-possession ball game. Braylon Wolf cuts it within 3, a clutch 3-pointer for the sophomore. Standing at 5'9", he's a sniper from outside, and it's a full timeout taken from GICC.
Pump up your day.
Okay.
Pump up my day.
Pump up my day.
Pump up my day.
With Pumped Up Rewards, you can save big on every gallon of gas just by fueling up, and even more by visiting our stores.
Do I have to?
No, just sign up. It's automatic.
Okay, good.
Sign up today at pumpkinpantry.com.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends, it's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Braylon Wolf cuts the Sidney lead to 3, 46-43. GICC trying to make the late push. Now Sidney just got to inbound the ball and wait to be fouled and try to bleed as much clock as you can. So that's Landon Riddle who picks up the foul. He's heading to the line. And Kyle Kelly picks up the foul, and then you got Riddle at the line. 3 points here. You could push this to 5 and make it a 2-possession ball game. Or even forward, it's 2 possessions and you feel a little bit better. You miss both and you're pretty nervous. And he hits the second. So Riddle makes it a 4-point game, 33 seconds left. Thomas Laban the basketball. You don't need 3 right here. Laban driving and hitting. 2-point game, 20 seconds. Clock continues to tick. Kaiser trying to find somebody. Kaiser finds him and then fouling him quickly. We'll see who it's going to be on. It'll be on Jack Alberts. 47-45, 15.3 seconds left. Really, really important free throws here. So we're just, I don't know what we're talking about. And we're making sure everything's set. So we decided everything's set, great. Kian Kaiser now the basketball, and the first one rims out. So regardless here, GICC will have a chance to either win this or tie it up. Last year, Thomas Birch hit a game winner against Elkhorn Valley to win that game. It was the opener last year. So 10 seconds remaining. Timeout taken by GICC. Tino Martinez going to call it. 11 seconds to go. A lot of options as to what you can do. Naturally, you need a 3-pointer. You could run Braylon Wolf off a double screen if you can get him that open. But if you do that, that's a lot of trust, and then you got to have 4 guys ready to rebound and then go back and shoot the 3. You could have Thomas Laban shoot the 3. You could have two guys set a pick standing right next to each other and try to get Wolf. I mean, there's a lot of different options as to what you can do. Last year we talked about the buzzer beater. It was 22 seconds left. They were dribbling it around. Braylon Wolf found a wide open Thomas Birch. Birch hit it with 1 second left and the clock drained out. And that was how they beat Elkhorn Valley last year. And if you're Sidney, you gotta be tight. If they're gonna take a shot inside the three-point line, let the shot fall. Do not commit the foul. And both teams have got to rebound well. .11 seconds remaining. Jack Alberts to inbound. Alberts inbounding it to LeBon. 10 seconds left. LeBon dribbling around, gets it out to Wolf. Wolf driving in, and he puts it up, no foul. And that does it. So Braylon Wolf puts it in. I don't think he realized they didn't have a timeout left, and that does it. Wow. What an ending. Braylon Wolf puts it in for two, and they lose by one. Sidney did exactly what they needed to. They let it go, they didn't foul, and then they had enough sense to understand there's less than 5 seconds remaining. You don't need to inbound that ball, and they just let it go. So a tough loss for Grand Island Central Catholic and a rejuvenating win for Sidney. You go on the road, you lose to Chadron, you drive 6.5 hours back here last night. Get here around 1:30 in the morning. You sleep all morning to try to get as much energy back as you can, and then you come back and you win a huge game against one of the top 2 teams in C2 in Grand Island Central Catholic. A great bounce back win for Chadron. And coming in here, we'll have Leighton Oberly with our player of the game, Kean Kaiser. Then after that, we have the nightcap, 3 games coming up. Sidney able to overcome Grand Island Central Catholic and survive a lot of runs, especially there in the end. GICC made it close. The Red Raiders held on. They were able to keep things alive for just long enough, in their performance down the stretch. That poise, that clarity that they had, going to be huge as we get close to postseason play for Sidney, because that's a team in C1 right now, ranked in the last NEB Preps coaches poll. In C1, they were ranked 7 last time, and Leighton.
Lot today.
Defensively, you got in the first part of the game. How did your defense get better as the game went on?
We were fresher, but then we also started trying harder because we wanted it more. We got past the point where you're tired, but you're to the point where you're not tired anymore. Like, you can just keep going, and we had to get over that little hump, and then we were all good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now with head coach Austin Lewis, that's a good team. They stormed back at the end. How did you fend them off in a 1-point victory?
Just do anything you can and scrap and take care of it. You know they're going to come at you like that. That's what good teams do late when they've been down the whole game. So scratch and claw and hope you have a chance there at the end, and that's kind of what we did. And just super proud of these guys. You know, we lost the game at Chadron last night, a tough one, and they had a senior that went off on us for 31 points, and then we drove across the state of Nebraska, and it's been a blizzard to get here last night. And the kids got up this morning and had a smile on their face, and they stepped up, and it was awesome.
How does a win like this against a team like GICC, who 18-3, propel you guys, give you motive throughout the rest of the season into the postseason?
Well, you know, we play a tough schedule. We play a lot of Class Bs. We've played Scotts Bluff twice. They're a top 5 Class B. We've played Ogallala, number 1 or 2 in Class C1. These guys are a 1 or a 2 in C2. And we've got some losses to show for it a little bit there. You know what I mean? But we've talked all year, if we can just continue to compete and raise our game to this level, you know, this could help us in the postseason. It might not give you the draw you want for a sub or a district or whatever, but hey, if we want to play this level, which is state level competition, this is what we got to face. So I'm really happy for our guys. They toughed it out and made a tough situation and a road trip like that into a positive.
Thank you. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for having us.
Back to Bridger.
Than the Sidney Red Raiders as they get the win 48-47 in Grand Island. It'll be a happy 3.5-hour drive back to Sidney after this. For Leighton Oberle, for myself, Bridger Cruz, we're saying thank you as we hand things off to Eric Allgood and Mike Sauter for the next 3 games of basketball coming up all live on Strive at the Heartland Hoops Classic.